Hello students, how are you today? I'm pleased to see you all here. Are you ready for today's lesson? Okay. Title of today's lesson is Managing a Business, Making Candles, Part 1. Let me put up the PowerPoint presentation. Alright, give me a few seconds. Okay. As you know, this is business management program. CTE standard for today's lesson is Demonstrate business and financial management practices needed for an enterprise. Our main objective for this lesson is you will be able to make candles. Wow. Let me know if you have any questions so far. All right. So let me discuss about important terminologies. Let me introduce two terminologies. You can see these two terminologies that you will hear more often in this lesson, and they are ingredient and handmade. Do you know the meaning of these terms? Do you like to try to guess? Okay, let me say what these words mean. Ingredient means substance that forms a part of a mixture. Let me repeat it. Ingredient means substance that forms a part of a mixture. Similarly, another term is handmade. Handmade, which means a product made by hands without using a machine. So, anticipatory set. Before going further in today's topic, let me ask you a question. As you know, holiday season is coming soon. So, can you share a list of products you like to use in the holiday season? Also, you can see your parents buy more products in this season than the other time. I would prefer if the students who did not participate earlier. I'll give you about a minute or so to think about. You can feel free to write as well. As you might well remember, during our last lesson, you learned about the products of a business or how a company creates products. Some of you mentioned candles, some of you said Christmas tree, pumpkin pie, lights, etc. Yes, I'm glad you shared. As a part of managing a business, we are going to learn about making a product. Some of you said in our last class that you want to make candles, we have here, and sell them during a holiday season. So today we are going to make our own candles. Let me explain each step in details. You will have a chance to make candles yourself in one of our future classes. Before I go further, do you have any questions? Okay. If you don't have any questions, I have questions for you. Do you know what we need to make candles? Would you like to guess? Again, I want to hear from them who did not participate before. Okay. Yes, you are absolutely right. Here are ingredients, tools, materials, and equipments to make candles. So we need wax. Here is the wax in the picture, you can see. And we need containers, wick, scale, thermometer, electric stove, essential oils. It's optional if you like it. I like lavender flavor. Measuring cups, safety labels, safety glasses, which we will discuss in next slide, fire extinguisher, and a few extra parts. So it is important that we keep materials, equipment ready before making candles. You can prepare a checklist to make sure that you have everything ready. So, before that, we really need to think about important thing to save us. It is important that we know about safety rules before making candles. Safety rules. Because it involves heating, wax, and essential oils. Therefore, you have to ensure that you are wearing safety glasses here. We all know that. Wearing gloves, and you also need to find open space, means big space, and then you can move all around easily, safe space because of the involvement of fire, wax, and essential oils. And you also need to have a fire extinguisher. Here you go here. So, do you have any questions about the materials and tools mentioned above? Okay, after knowing these safety rules, I think you are ready to learn each step of making candles called hand-bent candles. I will explain each step in a very simple manner. Whenever you have any questions, feel free to ask, okay? But these steps are a little bit longer, so I need to explain this. I also have some pictures here, not all of them, some of them. So stepwise instructions. Um, First thing first, you should prepare all ingredients and tools, equipment. I already showed list of items, equipment that you need. So the first step, when making candle is to start melting your wax. When melting any wax type, the double boiler process is always recommended. This process will ensure that your wax melts properly at an even rate. This process also allows for a thermometer in order to best monitor your wax temperature. The double boiler process involves getting a pot and placing a few inches of water into it. Then place your pot on the stove tops at a medium heat setting. So these are the longer steps. Okay. So step 2. Now while your water is heating, wave out your soy wax. Once you have the amount you are looking for, place all of it into your pouring pot. Next, place your pouring pot into the pot. As the water heats up, it will begin to transfer heat to your pouring pot, therefore melting the wax. This is the double boiler method. So, for step 3, once you notice that your wax is starting to melt, place your thermometer into the pouring pot. This is the best way to monitor your soy wax temperature. Do not let the temperature go above 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Occasionally stir the wax as it melts. Okay. Step 4. While you are waiting for your wax to completely melt, set your oven to 170 degrees Fahrenheit. Allow your jars to warm at this temperature for 10 to 15 minutes. You will also want to plug in your hot glue gun now. If you are using glue dots, you do not need a glue gun. Step 5. Check the temperature of the wax. Once it hits 185 degrees Fahrenheit, remove the pouring spot from the heat source. Now add your candle colorant if you are using it and stir well. Okay. Add your fragrance to the melted wax at 130 degrees. This will not completely prevent scent burn-off. Remember, with lower flash point fragrances, you may want to anchor the scent by blending in another higher flash point scent. Stir well for at least 2 minutes. You can see here in the picture the mixing fragrance oil. Okay, this intensive stirring will help the fragrance oil and color bind with the wax. Place your thermometer back into the wax. I think there is thermometer. So, step 6. Next, using your hot glue gun, secure and center your wick to the bottom of your candle container. There you go. Here is the picture for that one, a small one. Okay. Place your warning label on the bottom of your jar. Number 8. Check the temperature of the wax. When the temperature reaches 101 degrees Fahrenheit, it will be safe to pour. Give your wax one final stir before pouring. Through our testing, we have found that pouring at this temperature will allow your soy candles the best chance to have a smoother finished surface. So this is the picture for pouring on the container, and this is the wick. You can cut later. Okay. And step 9 is now slowly pour the wax into your candle jar. You will want to stop the pour where the candle jar changes shape. Now straighten your wicks. This is the one you can do. Once your candles have been poured, allow them to fully set up undisturbed. When the candles have fully hardened. Lid your jar. Allow your candle to cure for 24 to 48 hours. Last step 13. When your candle has cured, trim your wick. Your soy wax candle is now finished and ready to burn. Enjoy it. So, cure time. Allowing your candles to cure will provide for the best possible cold throw. Trapping the scent by placing a lid on your candle containers keeps the scent where it should be with the wax and enables the wax to absorb the scent even further. A typical cure time for candles is 24 to 48 hours. Now your handmade candles are ready to be used or sold. So do you have any questions about the instructions since it was little long? Okay, if not, let's move to the next slider. Next slide is I'm going to like is going to be wrap, reflection and closure. So let me summarize the lesson today. In this lesson, you have been able to learn about each step of making candles. During the next lesson, you will have hands-on experience on making candles. You will also be learning about selling and marketing strategies in the next class. Now, I ask you to write a paragraph, maybe 5 sentences about today's lesson. What did you learn? Okay. So, next slide is about the quiz. Finally, we are going to take a quiz. Let me provide some information about the quiz. It has altogether 10 questions based on the teaching and learning of this class. Most of the items ask for a single words or sentences. Let me show a few examples here. Let me explain some examples here. Um, so these questions will be provided on the paper with attached. So the first question is list at least 3 key ingredients, materials, supplies to make a candle. Question number 2 is a product made by hand without using any machine. Find a suitable word for this description. Clue. The word starts with the letter I. Okay. Number 3. A substance that forms a part of a mixture. Find a suitable word for this description. Clue. The word starts with the letter H. So question number 4 is list 3 key steps to make a candle. List 3 key steps to make a candles that we learned today. You might remember. Approximate appropriate temperature to add fragrance oil to the melted wax. So question number 6. Approximate waiting period to pour the melted wax into the container. Okay, waiting period. Question number 7. What safety precautions, mention at least 2, should be taken while making a candle? Okay, question number 8. This question is true or false. Mention true or false for the following options. A. Profit help manage a business. B. Leadership is not important to manage a business. Okay, question number 9. Mention at least one learning from today's lesson. At least one learning. Here's question number 10. What was one of the most interesting things you found while making candles? What did you like most? Which part? So the answers would be your own words, and you will complete the quiz on your own. Please let me know if you have any questions. Okay. Thank you for participating. See you in next class. Thank you.